What's up, guys? I'm Equals Pro, and these are Ugly Common Cars Part 1. Let's start roasting. We're starting off strong with this one. This is the third generation Ford Taurus wagon and sedan. They're both Defenders. This should have been the last generation. They still made it after this. I don't know who was buying it, but it's a common car. I still see them, and it looks like a catfish up front and a bubble on the back. It's very high off the ground, horrible proportions. Oh my goodness. It just has a stupid face. Those detached circle lights are just not working. Now, one cool thing about this whip is you could get the Show, which had a V8, but it was a 90s Ford V8, so it's weaker than modern 4-cylinders. I don't know what Ford was doing back then. And this car was only out from, 96 to 99. So only a few model years with that V8 and this ugly version of the car, but it's still common and it definitely makes this list. Ah yes, the ugliest modern car. From 2010 to 2000 now, it does not matter which one you buy. This is the ugliest car you can buy new. Did you guys know they made a 200 horsepower turbo version until this year? No, because no one was buying them, and that's why they're discontinued. So the turbo version of this turbo crapper is no more. Probably a good thing. Just get a GTI at that point. And they had a brown colored one of these. It was a rolling piece of toast. Rolling burnt toast. Rolling toaster. Whatever you want to call it. The worst color of the worst modern car. This exists. This is a real picture. This is definitely the most common car on this list, and that is not a good thing. That makes me very sad. Please, America, you can do better. Stop buying this. Up next, we got the 7th gen Honda Accord from 2003 to 2007, and these are super common. The second most common car on the list. Also, really ugly, especially for a Honda. Honda was down bad in the mid to late 2000s. The old Honda Accords are fine, and the newer ones they're fine. This one's just a middle ugly child. It's just so plain and ugly. Probably the best car on the list, but oh man, I hate these things with passion. They're just so ugly and plain. They had some good horsepower though. The V6 that came with all these had 244 horsepower. That's pretty good. And if you remember, that's more horsepower than the 1999 Ford Taurus V8. So that just proves that Ford's trash at making engines. Oh my goodness. You thought you were safe, huh, GM? This unfortunate bucket is a first-gen Oldsmobile Aurora from 1995 to 1999. Yeah, this was sold in my birth year. That hurts. This was around. This was new. That's crazy, dude. Imagine buying this in 1999 and thinking, this is okay. Dude, even the wheels don't look good. They look all blobby. It's just a basic 90s catfish front blobby car once again. Fishbowl on wheels. Oh my goodness, GM. This is why Oldsmobile went away. This is why. Look at what they were making at the end. Oldsmobile fell off in 2004. Their last car was an Alero, which is better than this. Now, there is a positive thing about this car. I guess this was Oldsmobile's higher-end car, and it only came with one engine, a 4-liter V8. That's all you could get. And it made 250 horsepower, which is starting to get respectable. When you compare it to Ford's, that's pretty good. It made 15 more horsepower, and yeah, probably felt faster. So I'll respect that. Good job, GM. Alright, the last, but also rarest car on this horrible list, and the fastest. So this takes the cake for a lot of it. But they're still common enough. I still see them. Once again, those circle headlights. That seems to be a theme. Detached circle headlights. Only Mercedes and the Lexus GS300 and maybe the Acura Integra could pull this off. Everyone else, it looks so dumb. Makes the car's face look stupid. And that matching circle grille that's just tiny and it doesn't work. It's so ugly, especially the older ones. This is a newer one, 2008. Looks a little bit better, but still a long, old person looking, ugly front end car. From 2003 to 2008, you could actually get 400 horsepower if you bought the V8. And that was $64,000 for the top trim. So expensive and ugly. That's why you don't see these. But they are pretty fast. So if I ever see a V8 for cheap, hey, I'd actually pick this up. Because this, maybe not in red, could look okay. Like maybe a white or black one. A newer one though, with that V8. That's the only reason. But still, ugly car has to end the list. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe for part 2. That'll come out whenever it needs to. And by the way, here's another great looking car with 4 circle lights. I can't believe I forgot this. One of my dream cars, a 98 Celica. I'm looking for one right now. If you have one, hit me up. I'm in Portland, Oregon, not the other one. Alright, anyway, thanks a lot, guys. Deuces.